Calling Modern Warfare 3 a premium release makes me want to gag, because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the reboot, is so blatantly DLC for Modern Warfare 2 that even Stevie Wonder could tell this is nothing but DLC for Modern Warfare 2. Since playing Modern Warfare 3, I've experienced a wide variety of emotions. At times I was taken back by the nostalgia I was experiencing with the new redesigned maps from my childhood. At times I was confused by the developer's choices in game design, and at times I literally wanted to rip my PlayStation out of the wall and throw it onto the highway. The campaign, if you can even call it that, is 3 to 4 hours long and is just an overall mess. The story is a bunch of tier 1 operators doing dangerous things while having a contest of who can come up with the best one-liner.
Was worried your face was gonna melt off like those other poor bastards.
You ask me, it'd be an improvement.
It also heavily relies on shock value and ensuring you understand the stakes are super high, but then continues to keep the said stakes in a fictional country that has been the focal point of the previous 2 games. Probably so they could just cheapen out on this campaign. I might as well mention that some of the said shock value or hard-hitting moments from the developers fall extremely flat. Example, Passenger. It tries very hard to be No Russian 2.0 by having Makarov stage an attack on an airliner and then pinning the blame on Farah's nation. While on the surface it's pretty compelling, it is nowhere near as compelling as the original No Russian mission in terms of the overall impact. Also, this entire mission is fucking pointless when in the very next mission, Farah destroys any evidence that could pin the attack on her country. Spoiler warning, Soap dies. Yup, Soap dies, though with this franchise's current record, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Soap, discount Troy Bolton, survived the entire thing. I also didn't feel the emotional impact of Soap's death that I feel like the developers wanted me to. In my opinion, Soap is the safest option of the core 4 to be killed off, so when it happened, I just went, meh. Also, the game just abruptly ends right after this, so I was too busy pissing myself from laughter that I didn't even have time to process what had happened. Shepard dies as well, but I feel someone just watched The Departed and went, we could do that too. The story also introduces a new mission style called Open Combat Missions. The developers will tell you these missions were designed to give the player the opportunity to play each mission however they wanted by giving them a massive non-linear space to play in that features objectives and someone talking in their ear the whole time. If you ask me, these are extremely lazy, they're boring, and the gameplay variety comes on the second playthrough when you've explored all the levels and obtained all the loot from said levels. Also, they're literally reusing assets from Verdansk and that one other ground war map that was in the beta, which is part of the new Warzone map. Story 4 out of 10. A zombies mode was included in the full release, though this zombies mode is just DMZ with a bunch of zombies around the new Warzone map. You can squad up with players or go at it alone and complete challenges or level up weapons. When you feel ready, exfil the same way you did in DMZ. The map has 3 different types of levels. Level 1, zombies are easier, more basic than someone ordering a mochaccino at Starbucks, best for grinding. Level 2, zombies are stronger with some having body armor. Level 3, good fucking luck because zombies are not only harder, faster, better, stronger, Kanye West, but you start seeing a new bossier type of zombie, and vehicles aren't allowed in this zone. The pack-a-punch exists all over the map, though you only get to level up both your weapons once per level, so if you're in a level 1 zone, you need to go to level 2 zone to get the next upgrade. Overall, it's a pretty boring experience, not to mention a rather lazy way to add zombies into a game, but if you have friends to play with, it might be better. I doubt it 1 out of 10. Now for the thing you've all been waiting for, the multiplayer. Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer is again $70 DLC. 16 remastered maps, 113 weapons including the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, operators and skins carried over, and lastly you can still complete last season's battle pass if you'd like. There were some changes made from Modern Warfare 2 such as slide cancelling being added back, map voting, ninja being added as a perk, red dots on the minimap, just to name a few. These are additions that could have been added throughout Modern Warfare 2's lifespan, but hey, they're at least nice additions either way. The UI seems worse than it did in Modern Warfare 2, and I think that's because they've now just added Modern Warfare 3 into the main menu screen, and it just is an absolutely confusing mess. Now for my experience over the last few days, I noticed there was an issue with the progression being broken. I somehow unlocked the MCW at level 12 when it was meant to be unlocked at level 44. I'm not sure if this had to do with me playing zombies and exfilling with it, but hey, I'm not going to complain because I now have the power of the Death Star in my hands at level 12. Speaking of progression, you have the traditional levels 1 through 55. I've noticed certain unlocks require challenges to be completed so that you can fully unlock them. For example, I need to complete 3 daily challenges just so I can unlock the WSP-9. They even seem to do this with attachments and equipment. I get it, this system exists to prevent people from grinding out the game in a couple days, but also who cares? Because if someone wants to grind out the game in a couple days, then that's on them. They're not hurting anyone. It's not like they're sitting in a corner. They're not cheating. Who cares? Personally, I don't mind this system because it seems like it includes mainly the back-end weapons of your unlock, but including attachments and equipment on this entire unlock system to me is just kind of dumb. Maps play really well. Now, I think my personal favorites are Favela, Rust, Scrapyard, and Quarry. Spawns, though, are pretty rough. More often than not, I'm either spawning an inch away from where I died, or having someone spawn directly behind me, which can get pretty frustrating when you're on a good streak. The movement, in my opinion, feels slower than the beta. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that feels that way, but something just feels different. Weapon progression and camo progression is the same as Modern Warfare 2. Good for camo progression because I honestly thought that was pretty good, and bad for weapon progression because it was an absolute nightmare and an awful system. Hopefully they fix this in the new Black Ops that's coming out at some point. Footsteps make you sound like an elephant, no offense to any elephants out there, but even when I'm not wearing a headset and have my monitor turned down, I can still hear people across the map. So ninjas, I pretty much must. Time to kill for me, it just seems a bit higher than what we saw in the beta. It just feels like 90% of my shots, I feel like I'm hitting Superman, with the last couple being the kryptonite bullets I needed. Lastly, skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking is without a doubt in Modern Warfare 3. And I really wish they would just be open to the player base about it and tell us why it exists, and maybe they could tune it a bit so it wasn't as aggressive as it currently is, because no matter how good the game is, if skill-based matchmaking is in it, it'll come in and actually ruin your game, which will lead to lobbies like this. So please, for the love of God, Sledgehammer, if you are somehow seeing this, find a way to tweak the skill-based matchmaking system. But if you're sick of skill-based matchmaking, then try out the new War game mode. War. Huh. What is it good for? Grinding and not playing against sweats. If you remember War, it was in Call of Duty World War II. It was basically a series of objectives that had attackers and defenders. The map is basically Crossfire Countdown in one map from Modern Warfare 2019, merged into one action-packed experience. Honestly, if you're tired of skill-based matchmaking and sweat lobbies in Modern Warfare 3, this is a great game mode to play while also delivering a bit of the nostalgia from the maps that you're playing on. Multiplayer is a lot of fun, albeit some issues here and there, but I feel like this is a massive improvement over Modern Warfare 2, 7 out of 10. Modern Warfare 3 is a pretty lazy game. No matter how good the multiplayer is, when you have things like skill-based matchmaking, or the main things, a weak campaign, and a lazy zombies mode, it really drags down the game with it, and validates the whole Modern Warfare 3 is $70 DLC narrative. Because, again, it is. Anyone defending this, I'm sorry, but it is truly DLC. Again, anyone could see this and tell you that. Adding up all the scores and dividing by 3, you get Modern Warfare 3 at a 4 out of 10. Multiplayer is definitely the best thing the game has to offer, and it is a true upgrade to Modern Warfare 2, but everything else does not justify the price tag of $70. Just wait till it goes on sale, please, for the love of God. Anyway, what do you think of Modern Warfare 3? Are you enjoying it, and why? Are there things that you would like to see improved? Let me know what you think in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you didn't, well, it doesn't really get much better. But if you liked it just enough, maybe consider subscribing. Alright, bye.
Андрей, ты доказал свою преданность.